Hello, viewers. Welcome to our program, More Than a Home. My name is Daniel Sansary. I'm with Neighborhood Housing Services of Greater Berks here in the city of Reading. Today we have a really good show. We have two guests, distinguished guests. We have Carmen Labrador, who is the Homeownership Center Manager at our office. And we also have Maria Baez, who is also the HUD approved counseling, one of the counselors at the agency. We have a great show. We have a lot of questions for you ladies, so we're looking forward to spending some time with you, kind of share some information with our viewers that will help them kind of understand the work that we do and how can we help them. First and foremost, I would like to say that you, Carmen and Maria, are both approved through the Department of Housing and Urban Development, which is a huge designation. Being a HUD approved counselor is pretty big. With that being said, let's go ahead and start with the program. So I got a couple of questions for you. Let's kind of inform us. So let's go and say, can you please start and tell us what type of counseling services are being offered at NHS?
Sure, we offer pre-purchase sessions, pre-closing, credit counseling, and home buyer education.
Okay, excellent. Now, why is housing and financial counseling important, and how does it benefit our community?
So financial and housing counseling is essential because it gives families the tools to improve their credit, right? Manage their budget, avoid fraud with predatory lending that we do teach in our first-time homebuyer class. Also, it prepares them for home ownership. So this is does it not only create financial stability, but also it strengthens the community by promoting security, equity, and economic growth.
Oh, wow. So the impact on the scope of services that we offer are pretty large, and the impact that we create is also as large as well. Now, Maria, you spoke about pre-purchase counseling being one of the services that we offer. What does pre-purchase or first-time home buyer counseling involves?
Sure, that pre-purchase counseling session involves for the first-time home buyers to understand their credit, their budget, their financial options, and also the home buying process, so they can make more informed decisions and achieve a sustainable purchase. So we pretty much guide the clients so they know their process and they don't feel overwhelmed with all the process that entails to become a home buyer. So we work with the clients from the beginning to the end, so they know what to do and what to expect.
Good. So it's good to know that at the office, both Carmen and Maria, you ladies, do a lot of hand-holding, so which is great for our clients because sometimes they don't know where to start. They don't know what questions to ask. So doing the hand-holding kind of allows them to be more comfortable, kind of have a sense of security, which is great because they feel that they're not alone through that, which is great. But how does someone know when they're ready to buy a house? And that's a very hard question because when do you actually know that you're ready, right? And how can our team help them identify the answers to that question?
Right. So, like you said, it's a little difficult to kind of differentiate whether you're ready or not. So we always say, once you have that stable income, good credit management, have a savings for down payment or closing costs is very important. And understanding the long-term financial responsibilities of home ownership. So our team helps by evaluating their financial situations, like with the credit and budget counseling that we have. I always have this saying, the lesser the debt, the more buying power. So in our credit session, we actually help clients understand their credit and kind of like how to improve their credit by lowering their debt and managing their debt, correct? And then we also provide the home buyer education, and we also connect families with assistance programs for like down payment assistance and any financing options to secure, their loan and have a successful process. So we are a bank partner with about 80 to 90 banks or lenders.
Oh, wow.
So, yes.
So it's good to note also that we're not just in the city of Reading or the county of Berks. We are statewide.
Correct. We cover the entire state of Pennsylvania.
So all 67 counties, if you're watching this to our viewers, if you live in Pennsylvania and you have any questions, you don't know where to start, please reach out to us and we're more than happy to help you. And it's always also good to know that what works for me may not work for Carmen, and what works for Carmen may not work for Maria, meaning that your case is your case, and we treat everyone individually. It is up to our clients how fast they want to move.
That is correct.
When you hold their hands, you pretty much put everything on the table. We always try to ask our clients to be as trustworthy as possible. We can only follow what they tell us.
Yes.
With that being said, please don't think that because your friend or a family member tried to do something and didn't work out for them, that's going to be discouraged. If you don't know where to start, please reach out to us.
Yes.
Let us be the first stop, and you will see how the process works. And speaking of process, can you walk us through the steps a client takes after they schedule their first appointment with us?
Sure. The steps that they have to follow is like the first one is the initial assessment, where we review their budget, their credit, their financials, and their goals are reviewed. Okay, so we work with the clients, like we mentioned earlier, to see what their goals are, what do they want to accomplish, and how do we make it possible? How do we help them to get there? So we also provide the education and counseling. Not everybody's ready credit-wise or financial-wise, so we'll help them to get there, okay? How do we help them? So we pull credit. We do a credit verification. The initial credit verification is a soft pull. It doesn't impact their current score. So we'll go over the credit report, the things that they have to correct, if they're spending too much, if their credit is over, if their debt is more than 30% of the credit limit, we'll tell them to reduce that, so that way they, like Carmen mentioned, they will have more buying power. So we also create a personalized action plan, so that will help them individually to create or work towards their goal.
Okay. Now, let's go a little off script here for 1 second, because you touched on something very important. You mentioned soft credit. Can you, either Carmen or can you ladies explain or share with our viewers, what is the difference between a soft pull and what we call a traditional hard pull on the credit?
Sure. So the hard pull is just that, right? It'll be a hard pull, so it will have a negative effect to your score. A soft pull does not. So that's the difference.
So, for instance, if we do a soft verification, when we pull the report, it will not show that NHS or whatever the company pulled credit. It will be listed on the credit report. As a hard pull, it will show the date that it was incorrect, and it will stay on the credit report for 2 years.
Okay, wow, very, very good to know. Again, as a nonprofit agency, we could do soft pull, meaning that we could pull your credit every single day, and it's not going to have a negative impact in your score. So
and I just wanted to mention that we do see everything that the lender will see. So it's the same credit.
So we use the FICO score,
Correct,
which is
the FICO.
the system. Okay, great. That's also good to know. Now, let's do a little role playing, for example. I come to see you ladies. My goal is to become a homeowner, right? So I come to see you ladies, hey, I would like to become a homeowner. You ladies help me with a pre-purchase. I attend your home buyer education course. Is my relationship with you over, or is there follow-up steps after that?
Sure, there's follow step, because we'll refer you where you need to go. Okay, so if your credit is good, you have the stability, financial stability that you need, the next step will be to speak to a loan officer, or we'll refer you to one of our partners' bank.
So meaning that once they see you, we are not saying, oh, thank you very much for seeing us. Goodbye.
It's over if you want it to be over, but we're stuck. So, we work at our clients' pace. So we have clients that, would like to purchase within the first 3 months. And if it's possible, credit, financial, of course, but we're not done there. After their pre-purchase, we also do post-purchase sessions. That's when we meet with clients after they purchase their home, and we just make sure that their finances are intact, that their credit is intact as well. So we've seen, kind of like a rise of low credit score after home purchase. So not only are you just meeting us to buy your house, but you're also going to meet with us after, because we want to make sure that clients are, staying in their homes. We don't want them to, something happens, God forbid, have a foreclosure. on their names.
I mean,
So-
what? Go ahead.
I'm sorry. The initial goal is to accomplish that American dream to become a homeowner, but we're also helping to maintain the American dream. It's not just, okay, I got my house, but then you want to make sure that you're making the payments on time, that you're doing the maintenance that the house requires. So we're here to help them from the beginning to the end.
I think one of the key steps that we tell our families is when they're in the process of becoming a homeowner, say, don't open a credit card, don't buy a car, don't add more debts to your credit history and your debt to income. It doesn't mean that once you get the keys to your house, that you could go out and start maximizing your credit cards and then you could start buying cars. So the whole point of what Maria and Carmen are saying is we're still going to be able to connect with the client and say, hey, are your finances still intact? Are you still managing your debts? And just because it's not a free for all. I got my house, I'm open to do whatever. No, we want to make sure that you stay in the house. It's a long process. It's a lot of information. It's the biggest investment that some of our families will make in a particular period of their lifetime. We just don't want to make sure that they're going to be failing and coming back to us, letting us know that, hey, I'm in trouble. So we try to do everything that we can to prevent that. Now, speaking of that, let's talk about some challenges because not everything is unicorns and everything is beautiful. Let's talk about some of the challenges that homeowners face and how can counseling help alleviate some of those challenges when becoming a homeowner?
So, kind of like what I mentioned a few seconds ago. So, a lot of the challenges that we're seeing is loss of income, whether it's injury, illnesses, anything like that, unexpected expenses like major expenses, roof repairs or furnace repairs, backup sewage, things like that that are costly repairs, right? Or difficult to manage in the budget. So the counseling, we go over again their budget. We go over their updated credit report to make sure that they're not having excessive credit card payments or their usage is a little higher. We do the budget. We also try to establish or discuss 2 different savings for their session. So one of the savings that we discussed in our post-purchase session is savings for major repairs, which in reality you're supposed to save 1% of the value of your house a year. So if your house value is $200,000, then you should have at least $2,000 a year. Those are for major costly repairs. And then in addition to that, we're supposed to have 3 to 6 months worth of savings in our overall expense, meaning total expenses. So when you sit with a counselor, with myself or Maria, that overall expense, we're going to discuss, maintenance, living expenses, all that. So if your overall expense is $4,000, you should have that 3 to 6 months worth of savings. So we discuss that as well in our post-purchase sessions.
Wow, really good information. So thank you for sharing that, Carmen. Let's switch to a very important topic, which is a big piece of the pie, which is credit and budget counseling. When it comes to credit scores, and we know that the process could feel overwhelming. The whole idea of credit, how to manage your credit is overwhelming. How do you ladies able to help our clients improve their credit?
Okay, so the first thing we'll do is we work with papers on it. We pull their credit, and then we'll go by what is on their credit report. So we teach them what to do. We don't repair credit. We don't remove anything from their credit. What we'll do, we'll guide them on the things that they have to improve, okay? So let's see if they have collection debts. We tell them this collection needs to be paid, or your credit usage is too high, you need to reduce it so that way their credit can improve, okay? We receive a lot of clients where they use these different apps where they can monitor their credit, but it's not accurate, okay? So what we have is what lender uses, and then it's more accurate. So that's why if they don't know where to start, they can come to us and we can help them.
Good. So it's also good to know as well that we are not a credit repair agency. We are the nonprofit agency where we teach our families how to read, manage, understand their credit. So it's good to know. I mean, there are other companies out there that you pay them X amount of money and they will fix it, or they promise for you to fix it. Our job is to teach our families how to read it and maintain it. Another piece of the pie, which is also important, is budgeting, which for some people they also feel overwhelming. So I don't want to do a budget because it's too hard.
Right.
I don't know where to start. When it comes to budgeting strategies, how do you teach the families and the clients how to reach their financial goals?
Well, the first thing I said is that the budget, it cannot be a punishment. So you need to work with your budget, meaning, okay, so you have to list all your expenses, your income, and the ideal budget will be to have zero or to have a residual income at the end of the month, okay? So what do we list on our budget, okay? All the expenses that we have. If we like coffee, we have to make sure to put our coffees there. If we like massages, we want to make sure that everything is included in there. But the budget is not a punishment. It will be a tool that will help you to achieve your financial goals. So it's very important in this, all the, homeowners process, and this is one of the main tools that we use to help our clients to achieve their financial goals.
I think one of the biggest misconceptions that I heard from clients in the past is, hey, I don't do a budget because I don't have any money. Well, you don't need to have money to start doing a budget.
Correct.
Right? So you need to start somewhere. And a budget could be done on a piece of paper.
Yes.
Could be done in a napkin. There are free applications on your phone that you could do your budget. I don't do the budget, but my wife does the budget for the house. And believe me, it's a full-time job, but it really helps you identify how much money is coming in every month.
Correct.
And what are the expenses. Now, when you meet with a client, we're not telling you, say, hey, Daniel, you can't spend X amount of money on these items. Or you're going to say, hey, needs versus wants.
Correct.
Do you need this item or do you want this item?
Right.
And what is your goal? And that's where I give you ladies praises, because the two of you have that personal touch with the clients where I allow them to feel comfortable. Say, hey, this is not me coming down with a ruler, hitting your hand and say, hey, you did wrong. We're never going to pass judgment on anyone.
Oh, no.
We're never passing judgment. This is more an opportunity to how do we fix what's wrong and what is the ultimate goal. Maybe home ownership is not an ultimate goal. Maybe you want to buy a car. Or maybe you want to get a different place and you need to improve your credit, because when you apply for a rental unit, they pull your credit.
Everything. So and I'm sorry to cut you off.
No.
So it's very important, because when we do meet with clients, right, it's very important for our clients to be completely honest with us, right? Especially when it comes to the budget. We're not trying to be nosy. We're not trying to, see what your expenses are or anything like that. We're trying to make sure that we are understanding your financial situation, correct? Every client is different. Every situation is different. Every familial status is different. So when you're sitting with myself, with Maria, or with another agency, just be completely honest, because at the end of the day, we're trying to make sure that you're able to go from A to B to C. And if, you're kind of holding back on your expenses, you're not really hurting us. You're going to hurt yourself at the end, and we don't want that. We want to make sure that our clients are successful throughout the whole process.
Excellent. Now, so let's say I went to see you ladies. You ladies, you both helped me buy a house, right? You went through a process. You gave me the counseling. I reached my American dream, like you said before. At no fault of my own, I faced some difficulties in my life, right? I pick up the phone and I call you. Hey, I lost my job. My company moved, or whatever happened. I lost my job. I need help. What help can NHS provide to families that are facing difficulty? Again, are not fault of their own.
Okay.
But life happens. Look what happened in 2000, COVID. Everybody lost their job for the most part. If I call you, what type of assistance can you provide me?
Okay. So it depends, right? So we're not doing any rental counseling at the moment, or any foreclosure prevention at the moment. That's in the works. Hopefully, within the next year, we're able to, grow our department into that. But we're not going to just push you away. You can call us. We always have referrals and resources where we can provide to our clients so they can get the assistance needed. If it is that you want to talk to us and kind of go over, the budget, whatever it is, we're here to help. We're here to, help you understand and hopefully get to the next step where you're getting that assistance.
So it's never a no,
No.
with us. It's always a no, but we could help you.
Correct.
We could find other agencies that are providing that services, some of the other partners. So again, it's one of those things that we don't want to talk about it, but we do have to talk about it because it's reality. If I'm falling behind on my payments, again, no fault of my own, what advice can you give me? Say, hey, Daniel, please do A, B, and C, and that will help you kind of get back on track.
Okay. The first thing that I always say, and I know Maria does with the clients she's spoken with, if you're falling behind on, let's say, your rent or your mortgage, do not avoid contacting the mortgage servicer, right, or your loan provider. You want to make sure you're in contact with them, let them know your situation. Sometimes they could do partial claims, they could do forbearances or mortgage modifications. I always feel that because of our own ego and, we kind of get embarrassed that we're unable to make the payments, we don't want to contact. And then we also have the idea that the banks want to take over our home. Like, no, they rather you keep the home, they rather help you stay in the home because they lose money. So again, unfortunately at this moment, we're not doing any foreclosure mitigation or counseling, but we can guide the client to where there's assistance or help.
Thank you. Thank you for that information. I know we're getting closer to the end of the program, so we're going to be doing some rapid-fire questions for you ladies. All right. What languages are the services provided at the office?
So we provide both in English and Spanish.
At the moment.
At the moment.
Yes. Parlez-vous français un petit?
Oh, well, there you got it, ladies and gentlemen. If you are French-speaking, Carmen is going to be your personal counselor when it comes. But if we have some individuals, some families whose primary language is neither English or Spanish, there are language assistants that we can look for. And
correct.
So just come see us. We'll find a way to help you. That's the greatest thing that we could do at our agency, is that we are very creative when it comes to helping our clients find solutions to their questions.
That is correct.
If we don't have the answer, we'll get it.
Excellent. They said nothing is free in life. So let's talk about costs. What are the costs associated with counseling services?
There's no cost associated.
Zero.
Everything is
All right, could
free.
you please look at the camera and let our viewers know that there's no cost?
There's no cost
Zero.
associated.
Zero.
Everything is free. You don't have to pay a dime. Everything is free.
So ladies and gentlemen, that you heard from Maria and Carmen, our services are completely free of charge. So please take advantage of this huge, huge opportunity to be able to help you improve your financial and your financial empowerment and your well-being. Roughly, how many families, individuals do you help in a given year?
About 800. That's including one-on-ones and our first-time homebuyer classes.
Wow, so that's 800 families, 800 individuals on a given year.
Correct.
That you ladies assist, which is huge. We're talking about 800 families or 800 individuals whose lives are being benefited by the services and the expertise that you ladies provide. So that's huge. I heard that between 2017 through 2024, you have helped over more than 6,000 in that period of time, which is huge. And that doesn't include 2025.
Nope.
So again, you ladies are doing a fantastic job helping our client. Now, any success stories that you could think of that you could briefly touch with our families? I know you at some point you said that you have cried when you help families. It's because you become part of them, right?
You do.
They're opening up to you. Say, hey, this is my flaw. How can you help me?
Yeah.
Well, I have a success story. I was one of the clients myself. I was in their shoes as well. I was a first-time home buyer where we didn't have the funds available to become a homeowner. And that was 2012. We went to NHS. At that time, I wasn't working there, but we were able to achieved the American dream. We were able to buy our first house with the assistance of NHS. So this is a success story because it works. I use the program and I really recommend it to everybody. After that experience that I have with NHS, I was referring everybody to the agency so they can also benefit from the assistance that the local agency is providing. So
Wow.
it was a really touching story for me.
So Maria, so you found out about the programs that we offer and the services. You came to us, went through the entire process.
Correct.
You become a homeowner, and then you decided to come back, join the agency. So you pretty much paying it forward for the next family. So that's if that's not a success story, I don't know what else will be. But thank you so much. I know we're coming to the end of the program, so I just want to say thank you, Carmen. Thank you, Maria, for your time. I do like to extend an invitation now that here live with our viewers, for you ladies to come back and let's do a program just in budgeting, because budgeting is also very important, and that could be just a program by itself. So I'm putting that compromise on you both, that you will come back and join us with another session just on budgeting. If you need to contact us, please call us 610-372-8433. You could pass by our office at 213 North 5th Street, right here in Reading, right here on 5th Street. Our website is www.nhsgb.org. Please come see us. Any questions that you have, Carmen and Maria will always be there for you. They could answer any questions. If you don't know where to start, I will say this is the best place to start. So again, to our viewers, thank you for your time. We look forward to seeing you again our next episode when Carmen and Maria will be back. Speaking of budgeting, thank you for being the first guest of our program, More Than a Home, because this is what it is. It is more than a home. This is the creation of financial empowerment and financial wealth. So to our viewers, thank you. We look forward to seeing you soon. Have a great rest of your day.